This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hello everybody, today we are talking about what's going to be the dungeon crawl of the year this year. What is that game that's going to stand out? And are we going to finally have a dungeon crawl that is going to be everything that we hoped it would be? There's a lot of promise this year, a lot of promise. So I'm going to give a list, a couple of mine. And as you know, this is Rob versus the community. I want to see, these are what I think, and I would love to see what you think. But let's go back to last week. Last week, we asked the questions, what was the best that you can homebrew? And the overwhelming majority that we both met on was Zombicide. Zombicide, hands down. There were so many neat suggestions, like people had all kinds of different suggestions for all kinds of different games. There was one for Myth, which I was completely blown away by. That I thought was good. Dark Souls was very good, but we both came together on one thing, and that was Zombicide. So Zombicide, I would say, is the game that best would benefit from home brewed rules. I think I said that right. But today on Rob's Tabletop World, we are going to be looking at, you got it, dungeon crawlers. What's going to be the dungeon crawler of 2021 and 2020 and early 2021? I want to include early 2021 due to the fact of everything that's unfortunately going on in the world. So I'm going to list off a bunch that I'm considering and why. Okay. First off, I'm going to keep this one very simple. I was really blown away by a game that I never thought I would like at all, and that is Munchkin Dungeon. It's a dungeon crawl, but it has a nice little twist to it. It has that Munchkin feel to it, that silliness and everything like that. But at the heart of it, it's a game where you are trying to get victory points, and you're going through a dungeon fighting all different types of monsters and trying to take out the boss. And I think the way Simon and Steve Jackson Games came together with this, and with the miniatures and everything else, I think they did a phenomenal job. And I really, really enjoyed this. And I think it's more my surprise, a game that caught me off guard, because I'm not a Munchkin fan whatsoever. But I think it was a game that really, really, I thought was fantastic. I was going to pull up the box, but we'll put a little icon up there for it. The other game is, we have to consider Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, which came out through Target to begin with, and then regular retail release. The reason we have to consider this is Gloomhaven's a monster. Okay, probably people absolutely love it. Either they love it and there's more people that love it, or you hate it because it's not your everyday dungeon crawl. There's a tremendous story. There's a lot of things going on. I really think that you have to consider this, because this is kind of an entry level to kind of let the people that may not know what Gloomhaven is, what Gloomhaven is. It's a very, very great game, and the way it breaks everything down and makes it easy for anybody to get into this, and then has, of course, a wonderful story, which Isaac is just phenomenal at, and my tip of the hat to you, my brother. I can't wait to see what Frostgloom does. Frosthaven does, excuse me, Frostgloom. I'm really looking forward to that as a continuation to what is already, one of the top games of all time, especially on BGG list. Got to support the geek, brah. Another game that really stands out for me is a game I've been waiting a very long time for, and that is Dungeon Crusade. Roger Deering, his passion project over the last 5 years, is finally coming out in 2020, and this has to be considered one of the most, being a perfectionist, and this game is going to be massive, and it's going to, it's a passion project from someone who is an old Baldur's Gate, Wizardry, Ultima, fan of dungeon crawls, understands the concepts, and built this game around to have those feel of all those fantastic games, Baldur's Gate and all these wonderful games. Can he pull it off? We're going to find out this year. I think he can. I'm really, really looking forward to this, and I think it has a lot of promise. Another game that can be easily the game of the year, and that's Alter Quest. If you are a fan of the old Hero Quest, I got a chance to check this out at Origins, not this year because we didn't have it, but the prior year, and they had it on the table while they were promoting Brook City, and it looks fantastic. I watched some of it and I was completely blown away by it. The Sadler brothers kill it anyways. I mean, these are just fantastic guys, and I'm telling you right now, this is a game to look out for. This could steal the whole show. It really, really could. It's going to be that good. Miniatures, everything that they've done with it, it funded in Kickstarter, and hopefully it comes out this year. Finally, on this list, I wanted to add D6, but I'm kind of staying more traditional type of, get to the boss type of games. But Oathsworn, now, due to everything that's going on, they're saying early 2021, and I want to include that because I think if we get this around January, February, which don't confirm anything I said. All these are subject to change, but I'm just giving you my thoughts. Oathsworn, I saw that at Gen Con last year. I had a chance to have some of the guys here. We did a live video last September before the Kickstarter. This is just a monumental and phenomenal project, miniature-wise, gameplay-wise, story-wise. It has it all. This is another monster. This is the year that some really, really good dungeon crawls are coming out. Now, I may have missed some, or maybe there's some that I don't know about. That's where you guys come in, okay? So I would love for you guys to go and put in the comments, what games do you think are going to steal the show this year? What dungeon crawl games are you looking forward to and think can easily be the dungeon crawl game of 2020 / beginning of 2021? We got to give a little allowance because it's been kind of a tough year for us all. But let me know what you think, and next week we'll let you know where we match up and where we don't match up, and some of the things that I didn't pick out. So until next time, for another Rob versus the community, it's your old pal Rob saying we will see you soon.